Hey Leo, welcome back to my channel. Let's get into your reading. Today we're going to be doing your shadow work spread, so please keep in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. If this reading does resonate for you, please don't forget to like this video to support my channel and to subscribe for all future content so that I can pick up on your energy for all future readings. So this spread is going to be hopefully a healing spread for you guys. We have the Sun Chiron conjunction in Aries happening on Wednesday. I believe right at the same time of the full moon or right afterwards. So it's going to be an intense day. This is going to be a transit where there could be a lot of trauma that comes to the surface, or old patterns, old pains that we haven't dealt with. Or we haven't dealt with, excuse me. So if you have any Leo placements and you are drawn to watching this, then there will be a message in it for you. What shadow is Leo hiding from themselves? What shadow is Leo hiding? Thank you. Okay, we have the karmic web, troubles, misfortune, amends. What from Leo's past created this shadow? The lotus, the past, transcendence, evolution, and then how can Leo best work with this shadow? How can Leo best work with this shadow? We have shadow and light with demons, shadow, self, and integration. Okay. So this is a pretty loud message for you guys right off the bat here. So what shadow are you hiding from yourself? Karmic web, troubles, misfortune, amends. There's definitely some sort of karmic cycle that you guys are stuck in. And this could have to do with anything in your life, right? It could have to do with your relationships. It could have to do with your own self-care. It could have to do with your parents. Well, that would qualify under relationships. It could have to do with your job. But there's something here that you are repeating, something that you have learned from your past, some sort of painful cycle here that keeps you spinning in the same circle over and over. So whatever you feel like this could be in your life, apply it as it resonates. But it definitely feels like at this time you guys are really struggling with suffering in some area of your life. There seems to be something that no matter what you do, it keeps catching up to you. And this has a lot to do with the fact that when we are stuck in a karmic cycle, it's because we haven't healed something within that cycle. So when I see shadow and light, demons, shadow, self, integration, notice how the girl here, she's drinking her coffee or her tea or whatever, but there is this dragon demon right behind her and she's paying no attention. So a lot of the times when we are stuck in these cycles, it's because we haven't dealt with something that this cycle was supposed to bring up for us. For example, in a relationship, there could be a cycle of, let's say, attracting emotionally unavailable people. Or there could be a situation where you attract people who cheat on you. And it could be anything, really. It could be a habit that you have within yourself. It can be codependency. It can be people pleasing. It can be something with your ego. Definitely ego is coming through here. As a Leo, you naturally have a very large, robust ego, which is beautiful. But it can be channeled in negative ways sometimes, which you guys need to pay attention to. So what from your past created this shadow? We have the lotus, the past, transcendence, evolution. So definitely something that happened in your past here. There could have been a situation where I'm almost picking up an energy here of someone having a very, how can I describe this? You may have encountered a lot of spiritual demons in your life. So you might have experienced a couple situations in your life where maybe you were exposed to dark spirituality, or you felt that there was a curse on you or something. And I feel like for some of you guys, this could be true in the sense of maybe people are jealous of you, and maybe since you were a kid or growing up in different situations, maybe you experienced someone throwing evil eye at you. When I see this image here, it's almost giving me an evil eye energy. So I feel like people could be jealous of you. There could be people from your past here that may have projected onto you and thrown their energy onto you. They sent you their dark energy for you to deal with because they could not deal with your light. They could not deal with the way that you were shining. And I'm really just picking up that this could have been from a parental figure for some of you guys, a mother figure, or it could have been from a relationship that you experienced. I'm also picking up, really interestingly, for some of you, you guys might have had a very quick spiritual awakening where your third eye was opened very, very quickly and you almost went into a spiritual psychosis. And this is when we awaken too quickly to our spiritual gifts, to our intuitive and clairvoyant gifts. And it's very difficult to sort of transition and attune these gifts to the material world. The material world is very dense. So if you experience an awakening that is too quick for your own comfortability, you'll feel like you're out of place. You'll feel like you're going insane. You'll feel like you don't know what's right from wrong. You don't know what's real and what's not. And it can be very scary, very alarming. You might also experience being attacked by lots of different spiritual energies or attracting a lot of dark energies. And this usually happens because you haven't learned in the very beginning to protect your own energy. I went through this myself. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people who are into the work that I do have experienced something similar. We all experience something like this once in a while on this path. But I am picking up something very traumatic here for you guys, where it was either like a very traumatizing awakening to the reality of the spiritual world, where it really scared you. Or it could have just been, like I said, like a toxic relationship or someone projecting their energy onto you, sending you dark energy because they didn't like your energy. And I feel like a lot of you guys, let me sit with this for a moment. There's something here, I'm hearing discernment. There's something here about you possibly not being able to see the truth about people right away. Maybe you give people the benefit of the doubt, or maybe it's like your intuition, it goes off when you meet someone or when you interact with somebody, but maybe you don't think anything of it. And maybe this is where you've learned, this is where you've experienced karma, letting like the wrong people get close to you. This is the energy that I'm getting. And it's almost like you let these people unknowingly, of course, because maybe in the beginning it's very hard to trust your intuition, right? So once again, I myself have gone through this myself, where my intuition told me something and I didn't listen to it because I thought it was wrong, or I thought that I would give the person the benefit of the doubt, and like it always turns out to be right. My intuition is always right. The intuition is never wrong. The intuition, I don't remember who I heard this from. It was very educated, very smart woman. She was speaking on an interview and she was talking about how the intuition, it's uncomfortable, right? The logical mind, it tries to make sense. The emotional aspect of ourselves, our heart space, it feels, it is able to, we make emotional decisions based off of that sometimes, especially if we're riding an emotional wave. But our intuition, it can make us uncomfortable because sometimes our logical mind and our heart space, they disagree with what our intuition is telling us. And that can be very uncomfortable. So when you start to feel that way about a situation, that could be a sign that your intuition is trying to show you something that maybe your logical mind cannot make sense of yet. So, oh my God, I'm getting hot, you guys. I'm literally sweating right now. For some of you, you guys definitely have a dark energy surrounding you right now. I would try to clear your space as much as you can, sage your space, get rid of things that you don't need, stop hanging out with certain people that don't make you feel good. If you feel drained around certain people, I would pay attention to that. If you get angry around certain people, if you feel like you diminish yourself around certain people, like you have to make yourself small, or if you feel that you have to sort of like regress to an old version of yourself when you are around someone, then that is a sign for you that you need to be spending less time with that person. There's definitely an energy here as well of you guys really needing to just listen to your intuition. Your intuition is not wrong, and you guys are so smart. You guys know this, but like I said, you guys have a very big heart, and sometimes you like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like at this point in time, it's really affecting your life. I feel that your life is being slowed down because of certain situations and people that you have in your life that you've either outgrown or they just don't work for you. How can Leo best work with this shadow? Demons, shadow self integration. You guys have to take a look at maybe your own, I'm hearing projection, so like your own tendency to project out at others. When we don't heal our shadows, when we don't heal our demons, they fester within us, they boil within us, and then they come out at other people. So our shadow can actually really change our perception of the world. It can make us see things very dark and untrustworthy. We can look at people like they are evil. We might get to the point that we don't trust anybody, but this is usually a fact, or this is usually because of the fact that we haven't addressed something within our shadow, right? Not everyone is out to get us, not everyone is evil. But if you're constantly like meeting people or coming around other people and just throwing out ideas, right, projecting that they are a certain type of person, or projecting that they're going to do something to you, that is an aspect of your ego that you need to heal. And for what I'm picking up for a lot of you guys is this is because you've been traumatized. This is because you've experienced so many situations with people that have broken your trust, but it's because you never followed your intuition. So it's almost like you completely ignored your intuition from the jump. You went into a situation, and then when they showed you exactly what your intuition told you that they would, you ended up blaming that person, or you projected at that person. But I feel like this has a lot to do with the fact that this is really deep, you guys. Like, this has a lot to do with the fact that, where do I go with this? There's so much I want to say. I'm just going to keep it short and simple here. There is a lot that you guys have not addressed within your own self. I feel like you guys are living in some sort of darkness in your mind at this time, where it's a very scary place up there. Maybe your emotions are all out of whack. But it's almost like I'm getting an energy here of when you guys are by yourselves, when you're sitting alone by yourselves, you feel scared. And I'm picking this up as an energy of you being around very stagnant energy. Some of you guys, yes, you could be around very dark energy, like energetic vampires. But for others of you, this is just an energy of, okay, so I'm being told that that's actually the case for most of you, that some of you guys are actually just around the wrong people. Not to say that you don't need to do your own shadow work, but I do feel that your environment and the people you surround yourself with and the actions that you continue to take with these people is a big portion of what's happening here. But yeah, as I was saying, it's like when you're sitting by yourself, you become afraid, or you become aware of who you truly are inside. You become aware of the monster that lives within you. And many of you are afraid of this. You don't want to deal with this. So you start to work, or you ask a friend to hang out, or you do something where you don't have to be alone, where you don't have to sit with your shadow, because it's almost like it's creeping up on you, like it comes up underneath you and it tries to take control of you. This is a very deep energy that I'm feeling, and it scares the shit out of you guys. And I feel like you guys really need to, this is a heavy energy. Some of you guys need to do a lot of shadow work. You need to be patient with yourself. You need to first be comfortable sitting with yourself, and you really need to start listening to your body, listening to your intuition. It will never lie to you. It will never lie to you. I'm telling you this from experience. Start to pay attention. Start to be consciously aware and present in your everyday life. You can practice this through meditation, or by going for walks if you guys prefer to do an active meditation. But you'll start to recognize your intuition, and you'll start to recognize how you feel around other people versus when you're by yourself versus when you're around healthy people. And you're really going to have to use discernment here. If you get a feeling of hesitation when someone asks you to hang out, or if you feel very uncomfortable and anxious around somebody when you are around them, then that is your intuition telling you something. Pay attention to it. And in addition to that, I highly recommend that you guys seek some sort of counseling or therapy, or holistic healing like Reiki, maybe past life regression, hypnotism, anything here where you can get to the root cause of what happened here, because for all of you, I do feel like it is different. I feel like this has been going on for quite a long time. And it's gotten to the point where like your shadow self it's manifested in your reality. It's manifested in maybe certain behaviors that you have that you are not proud of. And you guys really need to start to take action towards this, because your shadow will keep you stuck and it will eat you alive energetically, where you keep repeating the same karmic cycle for a very long time, possibly the rest of your life. I hope that's not the case. But for a lot of people on this planet, that is the case. A lot of people, they don't take initiative to heal. They don't take initiative to get help. They don't take that initiative to tell someone that they think something's wrong with them, or that they really need to talk to somebody about their life and their problems. And that's really the first step that you guys need to take. If you're unwilling to seek counseling because maybe you feel embarrassed, I would highly recommend that you talk to someone that you trust, like a friend or a parent or someone of that sort. And if that doesn't work, then try journaling or try vlogging the way that you feel. I really like speaking when I'm going through something because sometimes my own mind, it's too quick for my hands. So I just realized I'm like 15 minutes in and I haven't even pulled your tarot cards. But as I was saying, this is a really important message, you guys. Really try to get help. Try to change something because I feel like you guys are suffering in silence. And something needs to change here. So I'm going to clarify just very quickly here these cards for you to see if anything else comes through. Can we please clarify the karmic web for Leo? Clarify the karmic web. We have 9 of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. Yes, what I'm getting here is that some of you guys, it's like you choose to stay alone, or you choose to keep yourself away from people, away from forming strong connections, because it's like as soon as you form an emotional attachment to someone, or as soon as they get too close to you, it's like the demon comes out or the darkness comes out. And I feel like you guys isolate yourselves. You guys isolate yourselves. You guys, it's like you really want to have deeper connections. You want to show up and give others the opportunity to get to know you, and you want to get to know people too, but I feel like it's very difficult for you because there's a lot that you're hiding within yourself. 9 of Cups karmic web here. There's a lot that you guys haven't dealt with that you really see come to life when you form a connection with someone, and this really scares you. So you choose to keep yourself at a distance. You choose to focus on your career, on your money, on your skills, but then you end up coming home, and I feel like some of you guys could just be sitting in this energy of, like, some of you guys could be enjoying your time alone. Yes, some of you guys might really thrive, but I do feel like you guys think about what it would be like to open up your heart space and to show up differently, is how I'm getting this. I feel like this is preventing you from forming the connections that you wish to form at the strength that you wish to form them, or like the depth, I mean. Yeah, a lot of you guys, this really comes out when you are in a connection with someone, Devil. I'm hearing control and suppression. A lot of you guys have been trying to control and suppress this, but this only makes it worse. Like I'm saying, it's like you have to come to terms with who you are completely, even the bad parts, even the dark parts. All of us are human. We are not perfect. Everyone has at least one thing that they really dislike about themselves, that they wish they were not that way. But the point of the matter is that you actually work on it and you heal it. If you give effort to the things that you don't like about yourself and you try to change them, then that's all that matters, right? It's not about being perfect. It's about putting in an effort to change because you don't like that and you want to be different. Clarify the Lotus, please, for Leo. We have the High Priestess. Yep. I am picking up that you guys, some of you guys have gone through a lot of trauma. I'm picking up sexual trauma, emotional, abusive trauma here with other people in your relationships. I feel like you guys, oh my God, you guys keep a lot to yourselves. You guys have gone through a lot in private. You guys have gone through a lot in secret here that you have not told anyone about. And like I said, I feel like this is building up inside you. You guys have suffered so much pain and trauma that it's now starting to affect you. Energy becomes stagnant when we don't do anything with it. It sits in our body and it festers. The best ways to get rid of this energy is exercise, talking about it, journaling about it, getting it out somehow, some way. You need to get rid of this energy. Some of these things that you guys are dealing with, it's going to take a while to heal because, like I said, I feel like this has a lot to do with like sexual abuse, trauma, childhood abuse, a lot of things that have gone down in private that you don't tell anyone about, whatever that is for you. Things that you wish Like, it's almost like I'm picking up secrets that you take to the grave. And there are certain things that you don't necessarily have to tell anybody, but as long as you validate yourself, as long as you maybe talk about it to yourself, you journal about it, you can burn the paper afterwards, that way no one has a chance to read it. Just get it out. Just write about it. Work through the emotions, let yourself feel what happened to you, and then let it go. Let it sit, let it feel, and let it go. Because all energies, every single day of our lives, they're always changing. We cannot really hold on to energies. We can't hoard them. Then we become energy vampires. So you need to like process these things. You can't let them sit there forever. There are some things that you guys have gone through that if you don't address them, they're going to haunt you for the rest of your lives. These are some dark energies that I'm picking up here. I really hope you guys get the help that you need and that you guys are okay. I care about you guys. I'm not going to get emotional, so I'm going to move on. Clarify the shadow and light, please, for my Leos. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, definitely. And we have the Lovers. I'm almost getting an energy here of like, hey, I'll be back. I need to go do something, right? But then you go home and you end up crying, or you go home and you, it's like you're hanging out with your friends, right? Or you're hanging out with a person that you're in a relationship with, and you dismiss yourself because whatever the case may be, it's like, I have to go home. You come up with some excuse. But then you go home and you sit in pain, you cry, you're struggling, you hate the world, you hate your life. And I feel like this has a lot to do with the fact that like the people around you, I'm getting that they don't know how you feel. They don't know the extent of like the pain that you feel inside and the stress and the anxiety. Like a lot of you guys, I'm just getting a heavy like masking energy. It's like you guys could be screaming and crying your eyes out at home, and then like 20 minutes later you have to show up somewhere and you just put on your happy face and it's like, I'm fine, I'm ready to go. But then when you come home again, you have to deal with the same shit. So there's a lot that you guys need to deal with here, because I feel like the other people in your life, whoever they are to you, friends, family, romantic connections, they can tell that you are going through something. I'm not going to say that everyone knows exactly what is wrong with you. Not everyone is aware. Not everyone is intuitive enough to understand. But I do feel like the people who are closest to you, they recognize that you need someone to talk to, or they recognize that you could be going through something that is really taking a toll on you. Which brings me back again to the same point. Try to change something. Try to do something about this, because a lot of you guys are at your breaking point. I'm going to go ahead and end this part off here, and I'm going to give you a message from the Instant Fortune Teller book. See what you guys need to hear. Very interesting. Don't take it personally. It's really not about you. I believe Taurus had this as well. If you're drawn to the Taurus reading, go ahead and watch it. You don't have to if you don't want to. But I feel like there is someone in your life here, or it can be reversed. Either you did something to someone and they took it personal, or they did something to you and you took it personal. So this is that projection coming back in, right? This is the energy of, and it can also be an energy of people-pleasing codependency. I myself have struggled with this, so I can speak on this. I had to grow through this and learn from this. It's like, oh, that person said this, or they did this, they must hate me, or why did they do that? What did I do wrong? And it's not about you. I feel like this is trying to tell you that every single person, they are going through something different. Everyone sees the world differently. They have a different perception of their lives. And everyone is going through something, right? We can't assume that just because someone looks happy on the outside that they're not going through something. So I really feel like if someone did something that inadvertently, not directly tried to hurt you, this is different than someone like deliberately trying to hurt you, right? Or say something to affect you. That's different. But if someone did something in their own actions, in their own lives that affected you, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why you feel that way. Why did it affect you? Because it's not about you. It's about that person and their perception of their life. And they probably made the best decision that they could make with what they know best. So we also have pay attention to your dreams this week. They have something to tell you, so definitely do that. I feel like you guys are experiencing a lot in the astral, whether this be like nightmares or just traumas coming through, but I feel like there could be something really important that comes to light that you really need to pay attention to. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. I hope I was able to connect with you guys in this reading, and I will see you in my next reading for you.